and welcome to Inside Abuja on Trust TV. I am Maria Midris, your host. I am standing right here in Dutsepe community, one of the fastest growing satellite towns in the FCT. So today, we're exploring its rich history and culture, its developmental stride, its challenges, and its bustling market, its hustle that is shaping the life of the people here. Stay with me. Let's dive in.
Dose wasn't always on Abuja's map the way it is today. Before the FCT was created in 1991, Days was mostly farmland, home to Gbagi-speaking communities who had lived here for generations. That changed when Abuja became Nigeria's capital. As land in the city center got expensive, people moved outward. Dutse became one of the first places to absorb that overflow. Now, it is a bustling hub. Traders from across the country, civil servants, young families, all mixing with the original residents. The population has grown fast, but the infrastructure is still catching up. Roads, water, schools, security. These are the conversations you hear at every corner. Dutse is changing fast, but traditions still hold it together. In the middle of all the new buildings and new faces is the Hakimi, the community head who has watched Dutse transform from farmland to a bustling town. We sat down with him to hear how Dutse began and how he is helping the community navigate what comes next.
Dutsepe community was founded by a hunter whose name was Zakwe Sunkuku, Gbagi by tribe. He migrated from Zaria Emirate from a community in Kaduna State, the present Kaduna State, called Dusenkura. How did he locate the place? It was as a result of hunting adventures. He hunts when he comes around this place. So whatever animals that he kills, he fry them according to them or roast them and then take them back to where he came from and sold them. However, this is not our our first settling or settlement. He settled on top of this mountain. That was his first settlement. So when he discovered that hunting was lucrative for him, he got plenty animals. So he decided to settle on top there, because when you stand here, you think it's a very stiff place, but there is a place you can climb it, not as steep as the one that is facing us. And then on top of it, there is a fertile, flat land. You can build on that place successfully. In short, that place has been laid out now by FCT administration. That is the top of the mountain there. So that was his first settlement, and that is where the name is coined, Dutsepe. Now, I said he came from Dusenkura in Kaduna State. So, but settling on top of mountain, he now named it Dutsepe. Dutse in Hausa is stone now. Then Epe in our language is mountain. So Dutse, that is on top of a mountain. So that was how the name was coined. Then after that, if you know a village or a community across this place called Sokale, when they came down from that mountain, that was the second settlement, and then relocate back here. Now you know that from mountain, it's not him again. It is his descendant, the one that came after him, because it's a long time. This happens during the slave trade. The life here was purely a village lifestyle where everybody was a farmer. Everybody does what villages do. There wasn't schools initially. We do not have primary schools. We do not have secondary schools. And everybody was purely a farmer. So it was an agrarian community. You go to farm, come back. This next day you go to farm, come back. The women go to fetch firewood or follow their men to farm to plant whatever that is plantable. During the harvest, the men goes to harvest and then the women bring them home. So purely maize, that is corn, yam, and some other uh, food items like that. So it was purely a village lifestyle where market holds on weekly basis. In the traditional system, we have hierarchies. The hierarchies are in this manner. We have the class chief. It might be first class, second class, third class, then district head. Then it flows down to Dekechi and the village and hamlet chiefs. So we as traditions, we take instruction from the class chief that we are directly under. That is the overall head. That is when it is administrative that has to do with FCT. But then we are given a liberty to operate at our localities according to our tradition. So if there is any issue that has to do with your community, if it is a case, you invite the parties, you sit them down, hear from them, then you advise, you settle. Because as chiefs and district head, you don't judge. You don't have that authority to judge. You can only settle the parties. If they are okay with your settlement, that ends there. But if anybody is not okay, he still has the right to proceed to the modern judicial system. So, and then also traditionally, you are in charge or the custodian of the tradition as it operates. Like me in particular, what I do to bring or carry other people along is to establish what I call stakeholders meeting. And then we install other tribes that came in, they are leaders. We call them community leaders. We have Hausa chief, Igbo chief, Igede, and the rest of them. So from time to time, we hold meeting with them and then deliberate what and what